Bringing the love back into the bedroom. This morning we are talking about how to cope with hypoactive sexual desire disorder.
Serving all of San Diego, this is your Fox 5 News.
Okay, get ready to see me flush, Erica Fox. A recent study in the Journal of Sexual Medicine gives new insight into women, follow me on this, women with and without low sexual desire. This is fascinating again. Joining us, Dr. Erwin Goldstein and Rose Hartzell from San Diego Sexual Health Medicine at Alvarado Hospital. We're going to break down these findings and exactly what they mean to couples and explain it, because I was just asking you guys, what is that and this and what is low sexual desire, first of all? I think most people think they know, but scientifically, what exactly is it?
So first, let's take one step backward. Thank you so much one more time,
of course,
Fox 5, for doing this. This is so important to have discussion on sexual health issues. They're so often sort of put in the sand. Brand new study by the Journal of Sexual Medicine, so we have the journal there, where they did brain scanning of women with and without the sexual problem called low sexual interest. The technical word is hypoactive sexual desire disorder, or HSDD. And basically they found that there's a part of the brain in both men and women where there's excitation or facilitation of the sexual response.
Okay.
And then there's another part of the brain where there's inhibition of that sexual response. So what they found is women who have low interest can have it at two levels. They can have it at low interest, low excitation of the actual nucleus, or they have another part of the brain where there's high inhibition that directly turns off the sexual reflex. So it's in your brain, it's not in your head, and there are biologic and psychologic treatments for this.
What contributes to this, and what specifically, why is the effect specifically here on women? Why is the focus here on women?
Well, why don't you talk? It's very common in women. It's about 12 million women in the United States have this problem.
It's the most common sexual dysfunction reported in women.
I mean, the study, obviously you guys look at a lot of these studies. Is this new information? Is this something that confirms what you guys had previously kind of already known?
Well, first off, I mean, there's lots of psychological, environmental, relational problems that can contribute to low desire. This is one of the first findings where we look at kind of the biological component. Some psychological components that can contribute are poor self-esteem, inability to climax during intercourse, poor communication between a couple.
So all that stuff is what can basically take you from one region of the brain to the other region of the brain where suddenly it's this low desire, right?
Listen, we've had many medical problems where the brain has been involved. Parkinson's is due to a missing chemical in the brain. Depression is due to a missing chemical in the brain. This is the first real data that a sexual health problem in women, low desire, can actually be a brain problem and not a, gee, it's in your head, Mary.
It's amazing, because I was reacting to the fact that brain function actually leads to this. Let's talk about how women. So what's the solution here? How can this? How can women get better at this? How can they find that sexual drive again? I think a lot of us over the years have heard of women reaching their sexual peak later in life, in I believe their mid to late 30s, early 40s. So what's the solution to this?
So the solution is both biologic and psychologic.
Right.
And Dr. Hartzell will do the psychologic, and then I'll do the biologic.
Okay.
Well, first off, communication is key. Talk to your partner. Also, talk to your physician. And if your physician can't help, come to San Diego Sexual Medicine or see a sexual medicine physician and a sex therapist for proper assessment and treatment. Take care of your body, exercise, work on your self-esteem, manage your stress, and work on your emotional intimacy with your partner.
And we can show that if you do these things, then the brain chemicals that turn off are missing. The brain chemicals that turn on are finally there again, which is really cool.
Because I was going to ask, if you fix the psychological part of it, does the physiological part follow?
So we've now identified there are a series of chemicals that turn it on and a series of chemicals that turn it off, and we're developing finally drugs that act on these chemicals, and we're doing new clinical trials. So if anyone has this problem and wants to participate in possibly getting these chemicals to help the desire issue and change the biochemistry, that would be really cool.
I tell you what, and I know there are issues, it's kind of still a little bit taboo and people are kind of embarrassed and they don't want to take that next step, but that's why you guys are there to help people out. San Diego Sexual Medicine Alvarado Hospital. I tell you what, Dr. Hartzell and Dr. Goldstein, you guys are full of all this great information. Fox5sandiego.com, the CNON tab, if you want more information how to get a hold of the good doctors, and if you want to participate, don't be ashamed, don't be embarrassed. It's going to pay off in the long run, right?
It'll change people's quality of life. They'll be happier. Watch more Fox 5. It's perfect.
That's what you combine all those elements and you got a pretty good life for the doctors. Thank you so much for coming on again. We
Thank you for having us.
All right, Eric, over to you.